It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
No fear, no fear, no fear here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, each and every day from Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, now from Des Moines, Iowa, we have Ryan Mott. Now, Ryan was on last week, and let me give you a quick intro. Ryan was a big Ron Paul supporter, LOVEvolutionary out there doing all kinds of work in Des Moines. And it was so much so that, his putting up signs everywhere kind of, ruffled the feathers of somebody in the Republican Party there, and they said, look, man, you're not playing nice, and you better get your people under control and make them stop, and he didn't, and they were angry, and all of a sudden even the campaign was complaining, and that's when it was kind of the first crack, and I could see there was some, this control issues going on. So we'll see what happens. So I wanted to make sure that we spent time with Ryan, and we said, I wanted to make sure that we understood what was happening last time and what's happening this time and see if there's a difference. If we have a way that we can compare the two events. And this time, I would imagine it was a lot more structured, bigger stages, more sound, light. Instead of it being the organic thing that it was last time, it was definitely different. And they did make a point out of the fact, announcing that Ron Paul outbid everyone to get the prime space this time because, and I'm wondering, from someone that was on the ground there, Ryan, you went there with your family, you took some pictures and so on, tell me what the difference was. Was it better, different, just, what? Tell me everything that you experienced. Wait.
Didn't have time to go check out any of the other tents, so I don't know if you remember that area where pretty much the whole party was last year, where all the carnival rides and everything were, the rock climbing wall. Ron Paul had that whole area, and I think last time there were maybe 4 different candidates that were there, so it was definitely more funded. They had a better band. Actually, I don't even know if they had a band last time, but, they had a band. I think Jordan Page, is that his name?
Yeah. No, we have a video. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, he was down there, so I recognized his name, so that was pretty cool. And then, it was just much bigger. They had food this time. We probably didn't have the best food there, but I think he spent his money on the more important parts. But, yeah, we had the corn on the cob and, better well organized with a lot more people there. I still definitely think there was room to do what we did last time around, but, that's about it.
Okay, this is see if this rings true. I get the impression, of course, that's what, Rachel Maddow and MSNBC definitely will say this, not that I give any credence to what she has to say, but the way the Iowa straw poll works is they sell the tickets that then the campaigns, need to get people to go. It's like $30 a ticket, and it doesn't matter even if you give me a free ticket for the party, you still got to, encourage me or inspire me to come and do it. And that was the first time I heard the chant. They had a lot of paid people last time. You probably remember this. You probably forgot it. There was Romney people, they're being paid to be there. And Ron Paul chant went, "We're inspired, not what? We're inspired, not hired." Do you remember that chant?
Oh, yeah. That was one of the better chants I've heard over the years. It actually rhymed, sounded good. Yeah,
it was a big deal. And this time, I'm sure there weren't a lot of hired people other than staff, but they did pay for the tickets. they did have a large crowd, and I guess they did use buses this time. Did the Paul campaign use a bunch of buses?
Yeah, there were a lot of buses, but the difference between what we did in Bachman, from what I understand, was they were really creative. Even the Iowa Republican wrote a story about this, how they were robo-dialing people, and they would say, who is the doctor or Dr. Constitution, or who is Dr. No, who is the, champion of the Constitution. That's what I was looking for. If you know this, call this number for free tickets. So, but for the most part, everybody...
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea, because then it only singled out the Ron Paul supporters, and then, because part of the deal was, they pay $30 a ticket, so if the person doesn't show up, they're out $30. So, when I was on the phone, I was making people pay, and that was our whole reason why saying, okay, the tickets are, $20 or whatever we could negotiate with them, and then maybe we'll give you your friend for free, and they could get, bring a friend. But it looked like when we got down to the straw poll, they were giving away some free tickets. So I'm not sure who all paid, but the difference was they didn't tell us ahead of time they were paying. They just wanted us to make sure we got there by. And a lot of people did pay online. I'm not saying that they didn't take money, but yeah, they were giving away a few free tickets. But it sounds like Bachman just from the beginning, come see Randy Travis. You got to have my ticket in order to see him, and we'll pay for it.
That's another thing is the creativeness and making sure that you get people that are going to, because a lot of times you'll have different campaigns that would pay for the people to go, and then they'd vote for somebody else. So
that was the reason. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going, okay. Who's championing the Constitution? Who's Dr. No? And you get people, they call the number and they know the answer. Well, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Now, the
grassroots would do.
Did the Paul campaign have any carnival rides and stuff like the other guys always do?
Well, they had a very well-named one called the Sliding Dollar, and I got a couple pictures of that, of the little kids going up that. And actually, one of the pictures that looks like there's an orb in James's hand. It's because he's holding like a 3-ounce silver piece I had, and the sun was shining off of it. So he was holding a silver piece next to the sliding dollar. So I thought that was kind of cool. But they just climbed up and slid down, and I thought it was very appropriate. So that was the only ride he had. Yeah, and then they just had a play area for the kids where they could do the tattoos and the face painting and other activities like that.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so you sent some pictures to Sierra. Okay, I'm seeing you right here, and the little girl with the peace hat thing going, whatever. Oh, and police officers on Segways, and and Dr. Paul around, and okay, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Thanks for doing this. And so I'm wondering. I remember last time when we were there, what happened was the Romney people would get off their bus. It's follow me. They go, Robotron into the voting, whatever. And the people weren't really researching or wanted to talk to anybody or any of that kind of stuff. What was the atmosphere this time? Were there a lot of Ron Paul people out there campaigning or what?
Yeah, there were so many volunteers. I mean, you could tell who the volunteers were. I think they had different colored shirts on, if I remember right. But, yeah, we actually got kind of curbside service right when we went up there. We had to wait forever in line. I got some video of that just showing how many people were in line just to get tickets for Ron Paul. So it wasn't other supporters. It was strictly Ron Paul supporters there. So once we got our tickets, they walked us to the line where we needed to be in, told us, he basically wanted to make sure we were going to vote before we went and ate and went and got the shirts. But, they treated us real nice and ushered us all the way to where we went in to vote.
Okay, now this is the point that we were leading up to last time, and I don't want to, I don't want to poo-poo it. I just want to make sure everybody understands the difference between last time, this time, and what the result was. This time, last time it was a good time. Everybody, it was definite. I remember Fox News was showing footage of previous times at the poll. They wouldn't show the floor when the Ron Paul people were freaking going stupid. They just, we're not going to show that. This time, you had him fully participate the traditional way that they want, bought the tickets, paid big bucks for the prime spot, went through all the machinations and the bussing and the doing and the whatever. Had everybody going in there. They're wearing the shirts. They're doing all that stuff. And then what happened? When we come back, Ryan Mott's going to give us, how they announced the winner, how the press was done, what was the mood of the people there when they announced it. I want to get from the ground someone that was there last time, now this time, and we'll get the difference. Ryan Mott from Des Moines, Iowa, that was at the straw poll. We're right back here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, in just a little bit.